Hi everyone, this is the last episode of the Balaton vlog series. Today my mom and I came down here and we're taking a little walk in Hévíz, so we'll show you how beautiful this town is. It's still relatively early, the kids stayed up with their dad and are swimming in the pool, then we'll go back to the accommodation and later we'll all come down together, take a ride on the little train, go for a big walk with them and have some ice cream. That's the plan for today. And then we'll go for a swim in the pool. Well, as you might be used to by now, while we're walking, I'll tell you a few interesting facts about the city. Hévíz is located in Zala County, about 8 kilometers from Keszthely. Not many people live here, the population is 450, and it became a city in 1992 when two settlements were merged, and that's how Hévíz became a city. Of course, when we mention the name Hévíz, everyone immediately thinks of the wonderful Hévíz Lake, which I will naturally talk to you about, but it's worth noting that this is a classic resort town. I've been coming here practically every year since my childhood, and thank goodness there have always been a lot of tourists in this area, but not just tourists. Many foreigners have also bought property for themselves in Hévíz. You know, German and Russian citizens have gladly bought properties in this area. But now it's very clear that the number of Russian tourists has dropped to almost nothing, if there are any at all, and this is definitely something the city misses, both from a tourism and financial perspective. My mom and I still really love shopping here because you can actually find good quality clothes made from cotton and linen, not just the classic polyester materials you usually get elsewhere. There are a lot of restaurants and you can really try some great traditional Hungarian flavors here. Of course, on every corner you can find some kind of toy store for the kids, which they can browse for hours. And while you're looking around at what's available here, I'll go ahead and start telling you about Lake Hévíz, since it's the biggest star of this place. So, Lake Hévíz is the world's largest biologically active natural thermal lake. The lake covers an area of 4.75 hectares, and the spring emerges from a depth of 38 meters, providing 410 liters of water per minute. In the summer, the water can warm up to 37 or 38 degrees Celsius, and even in winter, it rarely drops below 26 degrees Celsius. By the way, I think it's actually much warmer than that because I've been here many times in winter in the snow or rain, which is actually the best time, and the water was steaming hot. Give it a try. It's an incredible experience. The entire water in the lake can actually be naturally replaced within 72 hours each year, which I think is a really amazing thing. The healing properties of the lake have been known for a long time. Even the Romans used it, as evidenced by the discovery of coins and an altar stone. The bathing culture was initiated by the Fedezze family through targeted developments in the 18th and 19th centuries. We owe a lot to the Fedezze family, as you can see in my video about the castle. But this kind of bathing culture and the bathing culture of Lake Hévíz, it's a bit of a tongue twister to say spontaneously. We also owe that to them. Today, the centuries-old traditions of the Hévíz healing cure are combined with modern wellness and medical treatments. For example, there are mud packs, weight baths, massages, medicinal pools, and fangotherapy. In addition, Hévíz has also won the Innovative Spa and Health Resort Destination Award. And meanwhile, there's something here that I need you to explain to me, please. These are the labukos. This is something incredibly ugly. I told them that there's no way I'm willing to buy this, but I did think about how I could get 80,000 subscribers to the channel in one day. Because, well, I've seen various channels like that. You have to unwrap the labukos in a thong or a swimsuit. Of course, you'd need a body like that lady has, the one I saw. But it's unbelievable that millions of people watch someone unbox plush toys with faces like that. Honestly, it's incredible to me, but there must be a demand for it that I just don't understand, so please explain it to me. Now, let's get back to more important things than those plushies. Let's see what else you can do in Hévíz or near Hévíz besides the lake. There's also a wonderful promenade, which you'll see soon. This is a pedestrian street with boutiques, cafes, and historic villas. There's an agricultural fair, a farmer's market, which showcases fresh local products and handmade goods on market days. You can visit wine cellars and taste wines paired with local gastronomy. You can also find historical traces such as the 13th century St. Magdalene Church, an Arpad-era stone church, Roman tombs, and a ruined garden. As cultural attractions, there's an art cinema, a town hall, a sculpture park, and churches. And of course, the natural surroundings themselves are wonderful. You can take a walk in the forest around the lake, go cycling, and you can also cross over to Castelli. You can go on a Balaton tour. You can cycle all the way around Lake Balaton, which is not really for beginners. So you'll find plenty of opportunities for hiking and sports as well. Hévíz is not just an island of tranquility. According to a recent survey, it is among the safest cities in Hungary. It scored 91.67 points regarding how safe it is to walk alone at night. And here we are at the brand new fresh square, which was just opened in Hévíz in the summer of 2025, that is now. This used to be the site of the old bus station. You saw this at the beginning of the video where there was a bus station. It used to be here bringing people to the lake, but now they've moved it a little further away. I think it's really good for this square that the old rundown bus station is no longer here. There is something I do miss from this square though. Maybe it's just that the trees haven't grown yet, or maybe there's a bit too much decorative stone and not enough greenery for my taste. I feel like they could have added something more. But in any case, the square is beautiful. I'm glad that there were those sun sails there as well, and if I saw correctly, there are a lot of concerts. For example, now there was or will be a jazz concert in the evening, so this is truly a lively, vibrant square here by the lake bath. I don't know how well the camera captures it, but actually this square isn't small, and they've created a space that can accommodate 1,000 people, which has already become a venue for festivals or community events. And in the square, they have placed a bronze statue by the sculptor Ferenc Farkas, which of course depicts none other than György Festetics. And here is one of the entrances to the lake. Actually, there are two entrances. By the way, I haven't told you yet that with its 4.75 hectares, this is the world's largest thermal lake suitable for bathing, although among all thermal lakes it's only the second largest, since the Frying Pan Lake in New Zealand is warmer, but it's not suitable for bathing, for example. The water is 2 meters deep, but at its darkest point it goes down to 35 meters. I've already told you about its temperature. It's an incredibly fun experience because you can rent these big black inner tubes which are amazing for floating on the surface of the water. This has always been my favorite. There was a smaller one and a bigger one. We always rented that huge, enormous one that we could lie on and float wonderfully on the surface of the lake. The water has a really great mineral composition: sulfur, calcium, magnesium, hydrogen carbonate, and partly radon. According to some sources, it is also particularly rich in radium. The bottom of the lake is covered by a thick layer of peat and mud, which is also used for special treatments and mud packs. The biological activity results in a unique ecosystem. Many bacteria and algae species are also unique, including thermophilic species found only here, which may contribute to the healing effects. The lake is particularly effective in alleviating rheumatic musculoskeletal complaints, and it can also be used to treat internal disorders, digestive issues, and nervous diseases. In winter, a misty vapor dome covers the surface of the lake, creating a natural environment for inhalation therapy. It is especially beneficial for the respiratory system and the vocal cords. As I mentioned to you, it's amazing when you come here in winter and you sit in the hot water surrounded by that mist. I truly think it's wonderful. The lake is not only special for its medicinal purposes, but also as an experience. The warm water, the surrounding forest, and the sight of the water lilies all radiate tranquility. As an adventure bath, it is actually a prominent place worldwide. Many people use it just for swimming and relaxing as well. Now, this street is one of my favorites here in Hévíz. I think this might be Rakoczy Street. It's as if it's the main artery of Hévíz. On both sides there are shops, cafes, bakeries, and of course plenty of flower shops and flowers. This street is always lively, especially in the morning when people are heading to the baths, or in the evening when everyone is out for a bit of romance, strolling hand in hand. It's always so nice to see this. And if you like artisanal sports cakes and local wines, you can buy some wonderful things here. For example, I really love these unique cutting boards. They look amazing in the apartment and of course in the vlog as well. My mom and I also decided to sit down in a cafe, have a cappuccino, eat some cake, and then go pick up the family, come back at a certain time, take a walk with them, and then go for another huge stroll. Hévíz is not just a spa town, but also an internationally recognized medical tourism destination. One of these is of course the already mentioned lake and the services available there. Wherever we went in the city, for example, we found dental clinics and dentists everywhere. There was even one dentist whose practice consisted of 3 or 4 luxury family houses, so if you need a dentist in Hévíz, you will definitely find one. And there were also plenty of massage and Thai massage options available. Every year, the city is visited by tens of thousands of foreign patients, mainly from Germany, Austria, Russia, the Czech Republic, and Scandinavia, because it has a natural healing lake, a decades-old medical background, and special treatment protocols for rheumatism, joint inflammations, cartilage wear, and post-surgery rehabilitation. The St. Andrew Rheumatology Hospital of Hévíz and the associated health tourism facilities provide the care. Medical diagnostics, rheumatology, orthopedics, internal medicine examinations, mud treatments, medicinal water baths, physiotherapy, massage, electrotherapy, rehabilitation programs after surgery or in cases of chronic pain, as well as increasingly available anti-aging, stress management, and lifestyle-oriented programs can also be found. For foreign patients, a multilingual medical team is also provided. They speak German, English, and Russian, and what I think is really great is that even longer treatments lasting 2 or 3 weeks are available, and as far as I know, in these cases, accommodation is included in the package offer, as well as the medical treatment itself. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a lot of foreigners own property in Hévíz. Many of them spend the whole summer here, taking advantage of all kinds of treatments, dental services, and everything else, while also enjoying the benefits of the healing waters of Lake Hévíz. Well, that was a really difficult sentence I just came up with. I haven't made too many videos about the doctor. So, about this little train, one of the kids actually fell asleep on it. It was that good, but honestly, it was really nice, just the kid fell asleep. And then we'll finish our walk on this wonderful promenade where we'll see incredibly beautiful flower beds and flowers, and this is also where you'll find the second entrance to Lake Hévíz. I really love walking here because there are always wonderful flower arrangements, changing with the seasons. From spring to autumn, the floral decorations are always different. Pansies, begonias, dahlias, lavender, chrysanthemums, roses, and many other flowers take turns blooming in neatly arranged themed flower beds. They're not just colorful but also carefully designed. The shapes and colors often form symbols or arcs. The air smells wonderful, especially early in the morning and in the evening when the temperature drops a bit and the scent of the flowers becomes really strong. Birdsong, shady trees. The promenade isn't just full of flowers but also dotted with green groves. The tranquility here is truly guaranteed, and it's also an incredible spot for photos. But there are also some wonderful buildings in the background. For example, the St. Andrew Rheumatology Hospital, right? These buildings make up the most unified and significant architectural ensemble in Hévíz. The foundations were already laid in the 1870s, and this was also the first multi-story house in Hévíz. Today this is known as Building Number 7. Since then, the complex has been continuously expanded and modernized. The covered bath and therapy center. As part of the hospital services, the covered bath suitable for winter bathing is of outstanding importance. It was built between 1964 and 1968, at the time as Hungary's most modern medicinal bath. Here you can find various therapeutic and massage pools as well as weight baths. And of course, let's not forget about the main buildings of the medicinal lake. These former bathhouses, the bath pavilions located in the middle of the lake, date back to the Fedezze era and allude to the 100-year-old tradition of visiting the baths. These bathing facilities have undergone reconstruction work over the past decades. They were renovated in a modern, understated style. Now we're going to get some ice cream. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye!